So in today's tutorial, I'm going to talk a little bit about type tool and how to manipulate the type tool, make it into a vector image, and just being able to really have control over type in Illustrator. We're going to go to our text type tool and type in a word. So over to the right is called the character panel. You have a lot of control over your type and what you can do to modify it. So you can mess with the size. You can also mess with the alignment as well. If you do not see your character panel, go to Window, type Character. In order to move this over, you want to go to your selection tool, and then you can move your text wherever you like. So the first thing I want to show you is the warp. So once you have lettering in your text, you can go to the selection tool, go into Object, go all the way down to Envelope Distort, and then go into Make with Warp. So within the warp options, you can play around with like the bend, horizontal, vertical, play around with all the distortions within the style and see what fits best with your project. So I'm going to show you another way to put type into a particular shape. So there's all these different shapes if you hold down the shape tool, and right now I'm just going to use the ellipse tool to create a word within the circle. What you want to do first is grab the text tool again, type in the word that you want in your shape. What you want to do is make sure that this word is in your shape. And in order to get it perfectly in the center, you want to highlight both shape and text, go to your align, and then hit this vertical align center and horizontal align center. So now my text is perfectly aligned in the center of my circular shape. What you also want to do before you try to put this word into a circular shape is to make sure that this shape is in front of your text. We need to arrange that. We need to right click, go down to arrange, and go to bring to front. So right now, my shape is in front of my text. You need to do this. This is really important for it to work. And then what you're going to do is highlight both, go to Object, go all the way down to Envelope Distort again, and then we're going to hit Make with Top Object. This is why it is really important for your shape to be on the top, because that's what you are trying to tell Illustrator. So we're going to hit that, and as you can see, my text is now in the shape of a circle. You can do this with every shape. You can create your own shape using the pen tool. So once you created the shape, you can do the same thing. Let's type in I, bring my selection tool into the center, select both, and then align it vertically and horizontally. We want to make sure that our shape is arranged bring to front. Then go to Object, Envelope Distort, Make with Top Object. So right now it is a text layer, so therefore we really can't manipulate, edit, or transform this until we turn it into a vector shape. So when you find the text type that you really like, what I want you to do is to expand it. You go to Object, Expand. To move around your anchor points, you want to make sure that you are in your direct selection tool, which is the white arrow. And once you have that, you can click on your anchor points and move it where you want it. And when you expand your objects in Illustrator, this is when you can edit, you can transform them, you can save them as a vector shape. So when you click on an anchor point, each anchor point has control handles and control handle lines. So the control handles are tangent lines that allow you the direction of the path bend. They allow you to control how tightly or loosely you can bend the curve at each of them. Rather than dragging, you simply click where you want a point to be placed, And then to curve it, you hold your click and stretch away to make handles. These handles are what makes curves and points. You must make sure to drag the handle in the direction you are going. So one last thing I want to show you is the type on a path tool. So if you hover over the type tool, click and hold it, you'll see something on the third one. It says type on a path tool. That means that you can grab your pen tool, create any sort of path line that you want, and then to let go, you just hold down Alt and click, and then go back to your type on a path tool, click on that line, and now you can just type on that path. And now you can have a lot more control on how you want your words to go.